Hi Aquarius, welcome. So Aquarius, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it and see what we have coming in. When I was meditating on the collective energy, I was getting a Leanne Rimes song called Blue Moon. And like phrases like once in a blue moon. And I just so happened to finish the Cancerian reading, which I thought had an interesting correlation because in that reading, there was a future prediction about August of next year, July and August of next year. And so I looked up, when is the next blue moon, since I'm getting that for Aquarius, and it is August of next year. So you are the second zodiac sign in a row that I've gotten a message about August of next year. So that must be a significant time for maybe the collective. But I feel like what's culminating between now, Aquarius, so mark your calendar, and that time frame next year has to deal with an eclipse in relationships, changes in relationships, and your emotional journey and your emotional self. So make note of this reading. Make sure that you come back to it if you remember in August of next year and see how things pan out. But also, when I think about, like once in a blue moon, right, it seems like the impossible becoming possible, right? It kind of reminds me of that saying, like, when pigs fly, but I actually feel like pigs might be flying, okay? So don't discount anything. Don't count anything out. Never say never, Aquarius, because there might be that once in a blue moon moment coming through for you, and it may culminate. But I feel like it's in the process, right? So you get movement or insights on this all the way from now, but it may not fully culminate until August next year. So, all of a sudden I get the itchies when I say that. So let's get some cards out and see, Aquarius, where this is headed for you, and get an overall energy card for Aquarius. You have the card of Chiron. This is talking about your healing powers, making amends, release, growth, your personal development, overcoming generational trauma or inherited issues, especially when it comes to relationships, right? Any self-doubt that you have, kind of overcoming that and going more into like a faith-based energy. This also talks about divinity, superpowers, intuitive, I believe we all have intuitive, natural, spiritual gifts. It's just that some people tap into them and some people don't. And that's fine. Doesn't matter which category you choose. But I feel you have the ability to tap into that, Aquarius, whenever you want, and to listen to and utilize your emotional guidance system as well as your intuition. This is a very soft energy, so you could feel a little bit softer with your approach. You could feel more in the feminine energy, even if you're a masculine. A softening of like the heart chakra coming through here as well, Aquarius. So let's see what the angel guidance cards are. Whoa, okay, that's a whole story. We ain't got time for that. But I will take note. All right, so yes, there does seem to be some clarity coming through here, and interestingly enough, also highlighting Leo season again of next year. So there's some judgments you need to make, decisions you need to make before you take any action during this time frame as well. And they're giving me the word discernment. So important that you use that Aquarian intellect, right, to discern what feels best to you and what the right decision is. Especially when it comes to emotions, especially when it comes to relationships, especially before you take any big movements or actions. This card also talks about the angel of the past, so needing to release or have some sort of amends over the past so that you can move on into your next chapter, free of any residual energy or resentments or guilt or shame or whatever it is that you may have been carrying around with you, Aquarius. It's okay to make decisions for yourself that are in alignment with you, even if other people don't understand or maybe even feel slighted by that, Aquarius. you know, we want to believe that we're going to be able to go throughout our entire lives without ever hurting another person. And I think that would be ideal, right? But it's just not practical. It's not possible. Why? Because everybody wants something different from us. And if you start living your life to appease everyone, to make sure nobody's hurt, you always end up hurting yourself. So make this journey about you and how you feel and what you want, because you're the only one living your life. You're the only one in your skin. And I actually feel like as an Aquarian, you're good at this, but then also sometimes not so good at it because of the humanitarian aspect of the Aquarian energy that wants to give and be that person for everyone else, but you got to be there for yourself at the end of the day as well. So this time period might also challenge that, you know, to ask you to prioritize how you feel, Aquarius, and make decisions from that point. So, and they're also saying that make that your reference point. So let's go into the headspace and see what we have going on there for you, Aquarius. What's going on in the headspace? Then we're going to look at the heart space and the emotions, and then the big spiritual picture. So headspace for my Aquarians. The Two of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Hangman, and the Justice card. So Aquarius, things might have felt like really kind of heady. What? No. Sorry, hold on a second. Things may have felt like they were kind of headed in the wrong direction, you know, like a lot of uncertainty here, a lot of like, what, you know, what is happening, or how is this going to pan out? Difficulty seeing the path of least resistance. It could have felt like things were really heavy, Aquarius, or maybe you had some heavy choices to make, right? But I feel like you're dawning some sort of new perspective, especially as we go into November. And it has to deal with relationships and equal balance in relationships, but also karma, right? Because, you know, whatever you intend for someone else will also be delivered to you. and that's the law of karma, right? So it's also like holding yourself accountable, right, to keeping your intentions pure, but also still honoring what it is that you want. You see, that's a tricky line right there, because I feel like Aquarius, sometimes you deny yourself of going towards what you want because you think that, you know, by doing that, you're ill-intending for someone else, but that doesn't have to be the case. You can intend well, have good intention for why you're making your decisions, and other people still misunderstand you or still feel slighted by that. Is that your problem? No, it's not. It's only your job to understand your intentions. And if you know that you have a good heart or good-hearted intentions, when you make a decision, then you're lined up with it. That's all Source matters about. That's all Source sees anyways. Then, okay. I feel like there might be slight like repercussions around that, but I feel like in the big picture, anytime you hold good intentions, when you make a choice or a decision or a big change, things will always line up in your favor. So remember that, right? If there's some hurdles that you need to get through before you make it to the destination, so to speak, right? So it just feels like there's something that's really weighing on the Aquarian energy. And the reason why it feels so heavy is because of that kind of back and forth there. And I think it's honorable to take other people into consideration, but during this time frame, or this cycle, which I want to say lasts way longer than what I would typically read for, all the way to August of next year, is going to require one really important component, and that's you care about how you feel first and foremost. And this reminds me of the Sagittarius reading. If you have Sagittarius in your chart or you're dealing with one, check out their reading as well. So what do we got going on in the emotional space? The Five of Wands, the Chariot, the Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. There's a lot of back and forth going on in the emotional space. And I just got dizzy. It's almost dizzying to me, Aquarius. Some of you are flipping back and forth between like feeling conflicted and then, no, I'm going to move forward. And then like, what if I end up alone or I make the wrong decision? And then flipping back into all will work out for me. There's an indecisiveness going on that's not like you, Aquarius, but they're saying play on mind. No, something's playing tricks on your mind. Your mind is playing tricks on you. It almost feels a little bit frustrating, right? And definitely difficult to know or have that clarity when you're feeling all kinds of ways about whatever you have coming in the emotional sector. So it's like, they're giving me the song Whatever It Takes by Imagine Dragons, which I've gotten that song before. I feel like you're going to do whatever it takes to get what it is that you want, like a true fixed sign would. So I feel like you're going to see something all the way till the end, right? But there is like this flip-flopping going on in the energy here where there seems to be like uncertainty kind of clouding or just a lot of unknown variables here. And if you're not very careful with what you're giving your attention to, Aquarius, it could create like internal struggles here or maybe even external conflict. So be careful with that. Because it almost feels to me like something's going like full speed ahead and then there's a stop here or there's some sort of hurdle, okay? And then after you get over the hurdle, like things begin to work again. So it's not a complete blockage, but there is energetically something to still work out or have growth around or make amends with in the process of whatever it is that you have going on in your emotional life right now. And I keep hearing the long way, what? The long road down, the long way down. A long road ahead of you. Okay, so they're saying there's a long road ahead of you when it comes to relationships, and that's not a bad thing, pointing that out. They're not saying a long, hard road. They're saying a long road, but it's an experience. It's a journey. It is what you make it to be. And so why not make it an adventure, Aquarius, and choose to see it through the eyes of adventure versus the eyes of struggle. So it's very much going to be about your perception as well and how you choose to utilize your ability to change your perception to get what you want out of the situation, to stay balanced, to stay in alignment. So let's go into the big spiritual picture. And I keep getting the word downtime. So I don't know. I don't know if you're needing some downtime or you're getting downtime or like you're getting down on self when you have too much downtime. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. Because sometimes we could be our idle mind can be our own worst enemy. As an Aquarian myself, as a triple air sign, downtime is not my friend. It's not my friend because my brain is too active. And almost every Aquarian can relate to this. Our brains are just naturally, consistently, always looking for knowledge, for insight, for information. And when our brains aren't stimulated, it leads to overthinking, stress, anxiety. So it's like when you have downtime, Aquarius, utilizing that time to do something that stimulates you, right? So that you don't go into that negative pattern of overthinking something. Some of you want to overstimulate yourself or like overexert yourself so you don't have any downtime, you know, and they're saying, no, that's still going to end in exhaustion. It's not about not giving yourself rest periods. You need rest periods. It's about using those moments to actually rest your mind. So give your focus to things that are easy on your mind, that make you feel good, that stimulate you. So let's see what the big spiritual picture is here, Aquarius. What's coming through here? The Eight of Swords in the reverse. Some of you have a fear that you're not going to get back what you've given. All right? Don't let fear hold you back, Aquarius. It's not about getting anything from anyone. It's about your pure intent. And if you've given yourself or your time or your energy with pure intention, the universe will give it back to you, will bring it back to you tenfold. It just may not be in the avenue or through the person you think, but it's still coming back to you. And I heard this really great quote. I don't have any idea what it has to do with this reading. Maybe not at all, but that's popping in my mind, so I feel like it does. There is, I was watching this the other day and it rang so true. And basically what they were saying is when it comes to relationships, you know, sometimes people fear putting themselves out there or being vulnerable because they fear being betrayed. But the thing is you don't have control over whether somebody protects your hearts or whether they betray you. You never have control over that. However, you do have control over your ability to know that you can overcome it. That you are strong enough, that you'll make it through it, that you can still keep your integrity in place, that nobody can steal that from you. It's not about someone giving you that reassurance or that guarantee, because even the best intending person can guarantee you they'd love you forever and change their mind tomorrow. Does that mean they're a bad person? No. We just change. We're changeable. We're energy. We're constantly changing and evolving and growing. So while it's nice to get that reassurance from another person, Aquarius, the true reassurance that you're really looking for is the reassurance from yourself that you got you. That it don't matter if that happens. And that's a risk you have to take when you deal with anyone, whether it's an intimate relationship, a friendship, or whatever. You always take that risk that they may not always be there for you, but you're going to be there for you. So if you're holding back, right, out of like fear or because you want that reassurance, give yourself that reassurance and go forward. Okay, so I guess that is part of the message. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting that example. I hope this is making sense to you. Some of you are kind of holding back a little bit, and it's out of fear. It's out of overthinking. I'm not sure if I want to give to this because maybe it's not a gamble or it's not worth my time or whatever. And you're holding yourself away from some sort of vulnerability that's necessary to move forward and heal yourself on an emotional level, but also when it comes to trust in relationships. Because it's not about trusting the other person, Aquarius, it's about trusting yourself. It's about trusting yourself. So I see that Yes, that's the overlying message coming through here. There's love available to you, wanting to pop through. You've got the Knight of Cups. This is like a romance type of energy for some of you. There's also reciprocity here and healing energy wanting to come through. But unless you're open to it, it cannot become a reality. And so this is why they're saying perception, perception, perception. Your perception is everything. You could see this as an experience, an adventure, a growth opportunity, an opportunity to get to know yourself better, or you could close yourself off through fear and see it as a struggle and see the difficulties and therefore not get the full experience that you came to this earth for, right? You did not come here to be a hermit and not have life experience. You came for the ride. You came for the joy. You came for the love. Some of you are afraid because you've been hurt in the past and you don't want to have to go through that again. But guess what? You came for the experience, Aquarius. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Yeah, because there's a new opportunity coming through and it has to deal with the relationship aspect and your emotional self. And I feel like, again, the cycle starts now, but it runs all the way through August of next year, Aquarius. Let's get a guidance card and see, Aquarius, what it has to say. All right, my health and well-being are natural forever states. It says, you can have a body without illness or pain. You need not attract illness. You are free to choose. This is a reminder to you, again, first of all, your emotions and your thoughts definitely affect your physical health. So if your physical health and the state of your physical health is a derivative from your internal dialogue, that means you have control over what you give focus to. Think well-being thoughts. Know that you're well. Know that your body has the ability to heal itself. I don't know why this is coming up if I have some Aquariuses that are dealing with health stuff. But think well thoughts, then you have a well body. Think good thoughts about your body. Love your body. Know that you have intelligence literally running through you. You have no idea how intelligent the human physique is. Take an anatomy class. You'd be shocked. There's a whole universe going on inside of you. All right. So let's see what else. What other guidance do we have for Aquarius? To allow well-being, I must be in joy. In the same way you cannot set your radio tuner to 98.6 and receive songs playing on 101 FM, you must set your own vibrational tuner to one of well-being. How do you do that? Feelings of love, joy, passion, exhilaration, fun, and interest are indications that you are a match to what you want. So why not gear yourself towards feeling more love, more joy, more passion, and more excitement for what's to come on your journey, Aquarius? Woo! Interesting reading. We're going to leave it there for now. The zodiac signs that you could be connecting with that you may have in your chart or maybe in the birth chart of the person or people you're connected to. I've got Libra, I have Scorpio, I have Cancerian energy, Pisces energy, Taurus, Aquarian energy here. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, and Libra energy. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You could find me on Facebook for more fun stuff. I'm having an event the weekend before Halloween. Make sure you check me out. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Aquarius. And until next time, my friends.